Thank you for choosing to stay informed with World News Green Tea, where integrity meets global perspective. If you value independent, in-depth coverage of international affairs, we kindly invite you to support our work by taking a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with others who care about what's happening in the world. Your engagement not only motivates us, it empowers us to continue delivering trusted news from around the globe. Once again, thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay thoughtful, stay with World News Green Tea.
News update. Russia-Ukraine war, June 1st to June 3rd, 2025. Good day, viewers. This is your latest update on the Russia-Ukraine conflict, covering the most significant developments from June 1st through June 3rd, 2025. Intense fighting, large-scale air raids, and deep strikes have marked this three-day period as the war enters a dangerously escalated phase. June 1. Ukraine launches massive drone attack deep inside Russian territory. In the early hours of June 1st, Ukraine launched one of its most ambitious drone offensives to date. Codenamed Spiderweb, the operation was reportedly coordinated between Ukraine's security service, SBU, and the Ministry of Defense. A total of 117 UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, were launched from undisclosed locations in Ukraine, targeting key Russian Air Force bases deep inside Russian territory, including Olenya Air Base in Murmansk, home to nuclear-capable strategic bombers; Engels Air Base in Saratov, Russia's largest bomber base, housing Tu-95 aircraft; Irkutsk and Amur air bases in the Far East, known for long-range missile operations. According to Ukrainian sources, the operation caused severe damage to Russia's strategic aviation assets, with estimated losses exceeding $7 billion, including at least 16 Tu-95 and 2 M3 bombers, either destroyed or heavily damaged. While some drones were intercepted by Russian air defenses, a significant number reached their targets, using a swarm tactic and low-tech stealth to bypass detection systems. Russia responds with widespread retaliatory strikes. In response, Russia launched a massive wave of missile and drone attacks throughout the night of June 1st and into June 2nd. The Russian Ministry of Defense confirmed the deployment of over 65 cruise missiles and 84 Shad-136 drones, targeting major Ukrainian cities including Kyiv, Zaporizhia, Sumy, Kharkiv, and Odessa. In Zaporizhia, at least 3 civilians were killed and 5 injured, including 2 children, after a residential building was struck. Emergency crews worked through the night to pull survivors from the rubble. In Sumy, a Russian artillery strike near the border reportedly destroyed a local medical center, killing 2 healthcare workers. Meanwhile, widespread power outages were reported across eastern Ukraine due to infrastructure damage, leaving millions without electricity for nearly 24 hours. Ukraine's military losses: nearly 1,500 casualties in 72 hours. On June 3rd, Russia claimed that Ukraine had suffered 1,485 troop casualties across various front lines, including Kharkiv, Donetsk, and Zaporizhia, over the previous 3 days. Russian forces also reported destroying 27 tanks and armored vehicles, 13 U.S.-supplied HIMARS multiple rocket systems, 4 major ammunition depots in Mykolaiv and Dnipropetrovsk regions. While Kyiv has not confirmed these figures, Western observers noted that the Russian retaliatory strikes marked the most intense bombardment in 6 months. Ukraine shifts strategy, bringing the war into Russia's heartland. What's striking about Ukraine's recent operations is a clear shift in military doctrine. Rather than focusing solely on defensive operations in Kharkiv or Donetsk, Ukraine is now striking deep into Russian territory, targeting logistical hubs and strategic air bases. One Western military analyst commented, "The June 1st drone attack was a bold message. No place in Russia is entirely safe anymore." This tactic appears designed not only to disrupt Russia's war-making capacity, but also to apply psychological pressure on the Russian population and leadership. Rail sabotage in Russia, transport networks disrupted. In addition to aerial assaults, Ukraine is suspected of orchestrating 2 major railway explosions in the Russian border regions of Bryansk and Kursk. A passenger train was derailed in one incident, resulting in at least 7 fatalities and 23 injuries. These attacks have severely disrupted Russian supply lines, delaying the movement of troops, equipment, and fuel to the front lines in eastern Ukraine. Russia accused Ukraine of deploying covert sabotage teams to target civilian infrastructure. Ukrainian officials have neither confirmed nor denied involvement. Diplomatic efforts, another round, another deadlock. On June 2nd, a new round of peace talks was held in Istanbul, Turkey, under UN mediation. However, the talks collapsed quickly as both sides maintained hardline positions. Ukraine demanded a full Russian withdrawal to its 1991 borders and reparations for damages. Russia insisted it would not retreat from the newly annexed territories and labeled Ukraine's drone strikes as cross-border terrorism. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres expressed grave concern over the situation and urged both sides to avoid further escalation. Global reactions. Fears of regional escalation. The international response was swift. France and Germany issued a joint statement warning that direct strikes on each other's territories could trigger an uncontrollable regional conflict. Meanwhile, the United States announced a $2 billion military aid package for Ukraine, including Patriot missile systems, NASAMS air defense units, short-range reconnaissance drones. In contrast, China and India called for restraint, warning that continued escalation could threaten global economic stability and civilian lives. Conclusion. The Russia-Ukraine war has reached a new and volatile phase. Ukraine is no longer content with defending its territory. It is actively pushing the war into Russian soil. In response, Russia has unleashed some of its fiercest retaliation to date. With both sides escalating and diplomacy faltering, the path to peace appears more distant than ever. The world now watches with growing concern as Europe teeters on the brink of a wider conflict. Stay tuned to our channel for continuing coverage of the Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.